Hey everybody, this is Retro Challenge Gamer again, and we're going to go through World 2 of my Super World for Super Mario Maker 2, and as expected, it is a desert world, and I don't know, I've always had a fascination with making desert-based levels. It seems very relaxing and fun to me to make desert levels. I've always liked those types of levels ever since Super Mario Bros. 3 back on the NES, and the signal trying to download that level from the server was taking a little bit longer then. But Angry Dust Dunes is our first foray into my desert, and it's fairly short. Like I said in the previous video, one of my inspirations was Super Mario Bros. 3, which had few power-ups and short levels, and I kind of wanted to keep that design aesthetic throughout the rest of the world as best as I could. So this level is pretty tame. It introduces the Angry Sun, bullet bills, and I don't know what the gimmicks are. Oh, the note blocks. See, this is, I think, the first note block with a little bit of danger added to it. With Chomp Chomp that was actually underneath but got killed by the... So there's the actual Chomp Chomps, with a little more danger added to the mix. Even more if you want to get that 10 coin at the bottom there. Now we have bullet bills added, along with Chomp Chomps. And I decided to call it good after that. I think I've introduced enough elements with the note blocks to give you a good rising sequence of challenge until the very end. And man, someone completed in 27 seconds. You guys are nuts! Like, it just awes me how fast people get through these stages, you know? It's insane. Even I'm surprised. Like, they have beaten some of my best times on these levels. Alright, more catch and win. The first two balls are always fastball, I've noticed. And then it's random. But I think every catch and win, two of the balls is a fastball, a charge ball, or something like that. But then everything else is pretty random. So I think we're going to expect to see one more charge. Yep. So, two fastballs, two heaters, that's the word. And the rest is all, I think, random. Alright, now we get into the quicksand-looking thing, which doesn't really have any quicksand at all. In fact, that quicksand is not even an option in Mario Maker, which is weird. Valley of Winds. I remember I didn't have much of a name for this level, but I named it Valley of Winds for the one gizmo gimmick, which was the rising tornado things. I don't even know what they're called. A lot of people don't like them, and good reason. They work funny, and in fact, here's one of them right now. This one is placed fairly safe. There's nothing really going crazy with this one, except for maybe that Koopa Troopa that's up there. It's a pretty safe area to test what those whirlwinds do. And then, of course, we introduced these little seesaws. I think introduced one earlier without all the munchers underneath. So I accomplished giving you the safe option of the gimmick before introducing it to you in a more dangerous fashion. Now we get one of the new power-ups of the Super Mario U phase, which is the Propeller Mario. And that was a horrible first attempt. That is not how you're supposed to use Propeller Mario. Okay, see that blue pipe that was off to the left there? I added that in towards the end of the Super World creation. Like, I had finished making all the levels for World 8, and I was playing it through for the first time all the way from level 1 to level 40 or 50, however many levels you can have in Super World. And I realized that having just one Propeller Mario, if you lose it, you're done. Like, you have to just kill yourself to actually progress in the level, because I only gave you one Propeller Mario. So I put that blue pipe there so it would spawn infinite Propeller Marios in the off chance you messed up. In the end, I discovered I don't like designing levels for Propeller Mario. It is very difficult to make a honest-to-goodness, fair Propeller Mario level that does good work, does good use of the item, and doesn't screw you if you happen to lose the item. So, kudos to people who can use it. Hey, more match and win. My luck was not with me this time. In fact, I recall when I was playing this, my son was very upset that I got the mushroom instead of the star. He's like, no! So he enjoyed watching me play this and record this. So I wish I could have had the audio recording his reactions. It was funny. But now we get to our first castle level that isn't a final boss castle. Okay, so now we introduce thwomps. And I introduced the first one above you without getting hurt because it would land on the 10 coin and the thing above you, just to give you an idea of how they functioned before introducing the two. And then I introduced conveyors without the thwomps, and then I introduced them together. So I had real fun designing these early levels, these early stages for the first couple worlds, because I was slowly bringing in all the gizmos and all the gimmicks and just enjoy introducing enemies slowly as we went through every level. And now we introduce the concept of using bombs against these bricks. So it shows you right there what you need to do. So that's all you need is that one bomb to get through that area. But if you want to get the pink coin, you need to use them more. And now I introduce thwomps and bombs and the bombable walls. So yeah, this level can get fairly tricky in a hurry. Yeah, even one guy did a little comment there. Ouch. Yeah, ouch is right. And that pipe with the bombs off to the left was not there originally when I first completed this level. I realized that you actually need an infinite supply of bombs to get through that area, and not the bombs that I supplied you with in between the breakable walls starting off. Because you could get yourself trapped and have no way of getting past that area. So the pipe with the bombs was placed. Okay, so the first fight with Boom Boom was just him by himself. So this second fight is him with some Potobos. So again, that design aesthetic of slowly increasing difficulty. So since I couldn't have Boom Boom again, I just decided to put a Dry Bones there to make him big. And you drop the axe on the Dry Bones. Woo! Alright, midpoint finished. Now we're moving on to the next one. And thank you, great level, I appreciate that. Now, okay, this last game, I didn't talk about it in the last video, but this one is pop and win. It doesn't seem to matter how slow or how fast you pop this thing. It just gives you a random amount, 1, 3, or 5 1-ups. I don't understand the logic. If people could, someone, like, mention in the comments or something what exactly is the logic behind the pop and win, or how you can easily get 5, 1-ups every single time, please let me know. Now this one was interesting. I marked it as a snow level, even though it's not technically snow, because it takes place at night, and I add ice. This is the first time we get to introduce ice physics. And here's some deaths. One death, which is actually pretty amazing, because when I first tried to clear check this level, I actually had a lot of trouble. So the first gimmick is, of course, the wind. And I let you enjoy the wind for a little bit until I introduce the Lakitu, which is almost like the second gimmick. And then I introduce ice, which is the third. So this level has quite a lot of stuff going on for it. And then icicles, that's 4. So we got a lot of stuff happening in this level in just like a short amount of time. So you get a couple icicles falling safely over your head before you get the actual ones that'll fall directly on your head. Because that's just good game design. I don't want to hit the pink coin just yet. I want to get all the secrets in my later videos where I show you 100% perfect runs. Or as perfect as I'm going to get them. So, Not too big on the ice-snow department, but enough of a feel for ice physics that I decided to label it as a snow level. Dang, these people were so fast. Now we get to the airship level. I absolutely love airship levels. I have loved them ever since Super Mario Bros. 3, which, if you didn't figure out, is the inspiration for a lot of these levels. And the one thing I've noticed playing through this is that... Oh, here's some deaths, by the way. Enjoy the deaths.
Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no!
Oh yeah, they were all at the boss. All at the boss. He is a tricky boss to beat. But yes. All the airship levels are actually tricky and much harder, in my mind, than most of the other levels in this Super World. I find them to be a step above in difficulty. So if you thought World 1.5 was a little jump in difficulty, 2.5 is even more so, because it's an airship level, and I love designing them. And I love designing them harder than most other levels because it's just my favorite theme type. I just love the idea of airship levels, and I don't know whose bright idea it was to create this motif, this level motif in Super Mario Bros. 3, but it was genius. It was absolute genius. Oh gosh, that was a terrible jump right in the cannonball into the face. So there's a lot of stuff happening and going on. I'm introducing the seesaws again, the bullet bills, the note blocks, and a couple extra things like the burners and the cannons. So everything's coming together in one big test for the player. Can you survive all the gimmicks and the gizmos that we introduced in the last 4 levels? So I think you've already heard me say that several times, so I'll probably not repeat it anymore in future videos. But I just want to impress upon you how much that influenced everything I do in all of these levels through all these worlds. In fact, I made all these levels in sequential order, actually. So from World 1.1 to 8.5, they were all made in sequential order. I did not do anything out of order. So now we get burners and conveyor belts. And almost near death right there. That could have been performed a little better. And so I put a fire flower there, just in case you messed up really badly there. This level I found, since it was so early in the Super World, World 2.5, it was actually just a little harder than 2.5 should have a right to be. So I actually gave you a second checkpoint. I think this is the first level with 2 checkpoints. And I gave you multiple power-ups. And that second checkpoint only happened after I finished the Super World, and I found out this level's actually kind of harder than it seemed. Now, Iggy is a weird one. He is a hard battle. I wouldn't say crazy stupid hard, but he can be super tricky, but he also has a bad habit of dying quickly and destroying himself, like right here. He can hop off the seesaw and just throw the battle. He just forfeits the battle right away. So if you're lucky enough to get Iggy to do that, congrats. It's a rare occurrence, and I managed to catch that on film. So I wasn't able to show you the full battle with him, but at least I got to show you the fun death he can do. And just like that, one of the hardest levels in World 2 is down. And the first airship level, too. It's going to get more interesting from here on out. Trust me. Now, we are done with World 2. We're moving on to World 3, which I had trouble kind of figuring out what would be the next logical step. And to me, it was a forest. I thought a forest made a good World 3. So I know World 5 in Super Mario World was a forest, but here it just made sense that it was earlier in the Super World. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and until the next one, see y'all later, and stay retro.